Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joy Renee, and I'm here to help you on your awakening journey. If you're new here, I am a certified life coach and crystal healer, and I do readings, personal readings. If you're interested in anything that I can do for you, please reach out. I am offering a 50% discount for those of you who have a referral. Word of mouth is the best marketing, honestly. So, yeah. Anyways, I want to go ahead and do a reading. It's been a few days, and I've been healing and going through a lot of things. I've had to process a lot of anxiety, but for the past 3 days, I honestly haven't felt anything. So hopefully, I processed it, whatever it is I needed to process, so it's cleared. It was pretty unbearable, I'm gonna be honest with you. All right, so real quick, my opening prayer. I call on my team with the highest intentions to place the highest level of protection around me, my channel, my soul family, and my listeners. I'm divinely guided and protected in all ways, always. So it is. So let's go ahead and get messages. Let's see, tap into the energy here and see what's going on. What's going on in the energy? What do my viewers and listeners need to hear? If you're here, it's because you're meant to hear the message. There are no mistakes and there's no coincidences. So this message definitely is something in this message for you. Obviously, take what resonates, leave the rest. And if I get into a scenario, it could be flipped and switched. So please do that. And always remember that when I'm talking about divine masculine and divine feminine, that it is internal energy. It could be external energy, but we all have the energy inside of us. So please flip it to whatever works. And let's go ahead and get started. Spirit, what do my listeners need to hear right now? Whoa. The World was the first one that flew out. The Three of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the Star card, the Five of Wands. What else? Let's go. Oh. Nine of Cups. Hello. Right off the bat, I'm getting a transition from lack into abundance. We're going from the Three of Pentacles to the Nine of Cups. So it's like we're going from meek. I don't know, meek. I don't know what exact definition of that word, but it's like humble, I guess. You know, I feel like you've lived humbly, to say the least. What else? What else is going on here? What's going on, Spirit? What's going on in the energy? So we're living in lack, we know. The economy hasn't been the great here in the United States. If you're listening from other countries, I'm sure you have your own. Let's see what. Ten of Swords, all right. A little bit of overthinking. I have the Ace of Swords on the bottom. So, like, you guys are going to get some kind of epiphany. Yes, it is messed up. My daughter messed it up, but my guides were like, oh, well, you know. Because I use this deck, like, all the time. This is my go-to deck, you know. So they were like, who cares? All right. Who cares then? So I feel like you're going to get some kind of an idea coming through that's going to help propel your energy. It's like propel your life. I'm getting a picture of a bow and arrow, and you know how you like draw back, like you keep getting drawn back and then drawn back and drawn back and drawn back, and it's like, how many times am I gonna get drawn back before I finally get to fly, you know? But it's like the farther you get drawn back, the farther you get propelled out. I don't know who needed to hear that, but you know, the Three of Wands is about strategy. It's about figuring things out. It's also about leaving things in the past that no longer serve you. See, he's totally turned his back on this wand here. This one's kind of off to the side, but his back is completely turned and his hand is on this wand. So I feel like whatever's going on here is a choice that you're going to make, because this is something you've been strategizing, something you've been thinking about, and it's going to be blessed by spirit. This idea that you have, that you keep overthinking, this is you overthinking on this issue. All right? The only issue is you're overthinking. That's what spirit wants to say. You've been given this divine, oh, look at, we have the Four of Pentacles, but I saw the Magician sticking out. And the Four of Pentacles is nothing more than just kind of, you know, it is a selfish energy. It is a stagnant type of energy, because you've been holding on to, like, not spending or whatever. You've been sitting on your money, not letting anyone in. All your focus has been on the money, just saving, 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 555 on the clock. But I feel like this is manifested. You are manifesting this idea that you had, this epiphany that you had. The only thing that's holding you back, my loves, is your overthinking. Look at, and then of course the Seven of Wands here with the defensive energy. Now this energy can be positive or negative. It depends on your perspective, because you can be protecting your ideas and keeping them hidden from other people and their negative input and their negative intentions, right? And I get that, because I do that as well. I don't really tell people what I'm going to do anymore. I just kind of do it in the background, and people can support me or not when I'm done doing whatever it is I need to do. You know, my whole life, I don't know, this is going to come out. It's like my whole life I was given ideas. I was given a drive. I was given a specific, like, I want to say purpose, but you have free will, all right? Unfortunately for me, the ideas that I came up with as a child, which is what I wanted to do with the rest of my life, unfortunately, were cut down, torn down, picked apart, you know, other people's intentions threw up all over it. You know, so I never got a chance to do any of it. I never got a chance to do what I wanted to do as a child, which was be an artist, you know, which was ride horses in the Olympics. You know, I wanted to do the National Velvet thing, you know, if you've seen National Velvet with Elizabeth Taylor. Ooh, the High Priestess is popping out. High Priestess is using your intuition. This is also mystical. Like, this is you keeping all of the information, like I said, that you've been dreaming about, keeping it to yourself so that you can manifest it. That's what Spirit says. Spirit says keep these ideas and epiphanies to yourself, because you don't need other people's ideas, thoughts, intentions, and negativity involved, you know. And not everybody is your cheerleader. I don't know who needs to hear that. Not everybody is your cheerleader. Some people are holding out on you. Maybe that's what this means too. You know, because this is vice versa. So obviously this could be also someone next to you, but I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. If you're listening, this is your message. This is you. That's what I'm getting from Spirit, okay? Take it or leave it. So anyways, okay. So tell me about the strategy. Like, what's going on? Like, excuse me. Okay, a card fell out. What's going on, Spirit? What's going on with this strategy? And I see that you're going to be blessing it. All right. What kind of blessing is this? Can you spill the beans on the blessing a little bit? Can you tell us what's going to happen a little bit, Spirit, please? Let me get the card that fell here. And Two of Pentacles, yeah. So this is a choice that you're going to make, but Spirit says that no matter what choice you make, it's going to be beneficial. Let me move these off to the side here. I always end up with my cards in piles for some reason. Go figure. Alright, so tell me about this strategy that you're blessing. I know that there's more than one option. And Spirit was saying, oh yeah, before I got interrupted with my other thoughts, Spirit says no matter what choice you make, it's going to be blessed by Spirit, because you are doing what your inner guidance has been calling you to do. All right, I'm also going to put this over here. I want to put the Magician over here too. Hold on one second. Something was coming in about the magician and the high priestess. I feel like some of you have, I feel like for some reason, some of you, this is the first time you're stepping out on your own. I can relate to that. This is the first time that you're making your own decisions without anybody else's input. This is the first time you're actually going to step into your personal power by listening to your inner guidance and then doing what your inner guidance said. The magician, like the high priestess, is the inception of the idea, right? And then the magician is creating it. The magician is all four kings. I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, they have all of the energy for all the suits here, is what I mean. Not all the kings, but all the suits, excuse me. So all the suits energy. You know, you have the cup, the pentacle, the wand, and the sword energy in the magician. So I feel like Spirit is saying here with the Two of Pentacles, whatever idea you decide to go ahead and go forward with, it's going to be blessed by Spirit. All right, this idea that you've been strategizing on, working on, dreaming about, you're no longer going to be taking that wand. That negative wand is going to stay behind you. It stays behind you. Okay, Spirit is saying focus on what's in front of you. Don't listen to what other people's opinions are. In fact, keep your ideas to yourself. Manifesting doesn't include everybody in your family. It doesn't include everybody in your soul group. I'm sorry if this hurts your feelings too. You can't take everybody through that door. All right? This was meant to be your decision, uninfluenced by anyone else. And like my kid's picture says here, trust yourself always. You know more than you think. All right? So tell me a little bit more about this idea, this strategy. What else do you want to spill on that, Spirit? Let's see, what is this? 3 cards fell. Got the 9 of Cups again. It's like wish fulfillment for you, listener. Collective. My beautiful viewer, look at this Hierophant. Okay, we'll tap into that in a minute. The 4 of Swords, yeah. You've had to go within. You've had to go within. You've had to isolate. You've had to... I feel like you've had to give up a lot. I feel like you've had to give up a lot of relationships. I feel like you've given up relationships that you honestly thought were like forever relationships. And I'm really sorry, because I can relate to that as well. I've had to give up people that I really thought were going to go on this journey with me. And, you know, it's just, it's not even that I had to let them go, as I had to let go of attachment to them. And I know that that'll make sense to you. You know, a lot of us have attachment to people. Tell me about this Hierophant, Spirit. Why are you just throwing cards on the ground? Okay, let me see. Oh my. That's too many. What's the top card? It's the Star card again. I'm gonna keep it out. Wow. Wow. You know, Spirit has a lot of support to give you. Okay, Spirit has an unending supply of abundance to give you, because Spirit doesn't have limitations. I was just talking to one of my dear friends, and she reminded me that Spirit doesn't have limitations. Only you do. Only your overthinking does. Only your worrying does. Only you have limitations. You put those limitations on yourself. And Spirit is trying to get you to look at, hey, you know what? A lot has gone on. A lot has occurred in your life. It has been extremely painful. I'm feeling, I'm feeling like a little weepy, like I want to cry. I feel it in my solar plexus. Like I feel you guys have struggled. I feel your struggle because I do it too. I feel it. All right. And I feel like Spirit is trying to say, look, Spirit's trying to say, look, I validate you. I validate you. I validate all of your pain. I validate everything that you've been through. I honor you. And now it's time to lift yourself up and follow your dreams. I hate to say it like that, but they're giving me the pick up your cross, and fucking carry it. Yes, it's been hard, and this is kind of tough love. Maybe I need to hear it too. But with all the compassion, all due compassion, all due love, all due respect that you have, you deserve, excuse me, all due respect, all due love, all due everything that you've been through. I validate you. Okay. And now Spirit is saying, okay, you've been carrying that cross, right? You picked up the cross. You've been dragging it around with you, right? Now it's time to fucking let it go. Let it go. Drop it. Drop the burden. Whatever it is. It could be your relationship. Put it in God's hands. It can be your job. Put it in God's hands. It can be your family. That's all you have. Put it in God's hands. And let God work with it. Give God a little bit of room to work. All you have to do is give God a mustard seed of faith to work with. Remember that. And you only have to be willing to make changes. Are you willing to be willing to let go of the burdens? Feel it to heal it. And then let the fucking cross go. I don't know who needs to hear that tough love. But Spirit is here. All right? And here. Spirit doesn't have limitations. Spirit doesn't have... Let me just say it again. Spirit doesn't have limitations. Only you do. So whatever it is that you've been manifesting and dreaming and creating, push it. Push it into God's hands. Let God deal with the outcome. Don't have attachments to an outcome. Have an expectation, but no attachment to it. Expect the best, but have no attachment to it. I know it sounds like a conundrum. It is, it takes practice. It takes practice. It's like you got to plant the seed and then let the seed grow. You can't stand over the seed and harp at it to grow. It doesn't work, does it? In fact, it'll probably have the opposite effect because you're standing over it, hollering at it to grow. And we all know anger doesn't help. Anger does not help growth. Yelling does not help growth. So be kind. Be kind and compassionate while you're doing this work. All right? I know I'm talking to high priestesses and high priests. So I know you understand what I'm talking about. Because if this message resonates for you, then you're really already high vibe. You're already on the right track. You're already doing all of the things that you need to do. And if you need help or you have questions, please either reach out to me in private in my email, my proton.me email, or comment down below if you don't mind. And I'm happy to even do videos on your questions because I need that because I don't know what you want to hear from me. I know that you need to hear things from me, but there's so much information and it's so vast. The information is vast and I can tap into all of that, okay? And so it's very helpful for me to know what your questions are so that I can touch on that as well. I love doing that as well. I understand and trust and have intentions set to always say and be there when you need to hear this. And I understand that Spirit has brought you here as well. You know, Spirit brought you here to this reading. You know, this is not an accident. You know? Okay. So, now that I got... now that I'm way off track now, all right, so tell me a little bit more about this Hierophant. What's going on here with this Hierophant, please, Spirit? Why did the Hierophant come out? The Ace of Air, yeah. It's the Ace of Wands. Or I mean the Ace of Swords again. Both. Ace of Swords, Ace of Swords. I have this little pile right here in front of the keyboard. I know you can't see it, but Ace of Swords, Ace of Swords. This idea that you have, Spirit has your back. So you might be going into law enforcement or psychology. You might be, and the thing is, I want you to understand that we need your light in all professions at this time. The darkness has run rampant on this planet long enough. We need your light in the school system. We need your light in the judicial system. We need your light in the courtroom. We need your light in jails. So you may be applying to work at a jail. You may be applying to work in a prison. You may be like a social worker. You might be called to be in, of course, like CPS, right? We need you. We need your light in all professions on this planet at this time. It is our job to take the light where it needs to go based on our own intuition. All right? So you trust your intuition, go for it. But I feel like this is for people, I mean, we need lumberjacks, right? We need light workers and lumberjacks. All right? We need light worker police officers. We need light worker nurses. We need light worker doctors. We need light worker scientists. We need light worker phlebotomists, right? So you take your light to the hospitals where it needs to be. They tried to kick the light out of the hospitals a few years ago. Did you see that? Did you see that? I know I was a witness to that. But you need to get your ass back in there because they can't do that shit to us. All right? And I don't know who needs to hear this, but it could, you know, if it resonates for you, yeah, it is kind of a spiritual battle that we're on. You know? We do have to push our light. And the more light you have, the more protection you need to put around yourself. Okay? So if you're a light worker that works in the courtroom, shout out. If you're a light worker that works in jail, shout out. If you're a light worker that works in the mental illness industry, shout out. If you're a light worker that works in the schools, shout out. We need you. We need you in the districts. We need you in politics. We need you in the hospitals. We need you in the courtroom. You see what I'm saying? So follow your intuition, your guidance, no matter what the fuck anyone else says. I don't care what anyone else fucking says. Keep your ideas and stuff to yourself as best as you can. I know that it's hard because sometimes we have people that micromanage us and it's really hard to do, but do your best to and don't lie. You don't have to lie. Don't lie to kick it or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. Just keep it to yourself. I know that omission can be looked at as lying, but you know what? If you're really just protecting yourself, intentions matter. Omission is lying if it's harmful or whatever, like you're cheating and so on and so forth. But omission, when you're trying to protect your ideas and yourself and your manifestations, is a completely different level, okay? So I don't know who needed to hear that. We need your light in the world, all right? Don't let other people dim your light because we need your light. We need you to be as bright as possible. We need you to be the brightest lighthouse out there. And I know that the lighthouse and the brightest lights draw moths and bugs. And there's nothing you can do, but let's just walk around with a freaking fly swatter and slap the shit out of them. Not really. Please don't do that shit for real. But you know what I'm talking about figuratively. Just smack them out of your life. Smack them out of the way. Get their ideas out of your head. You don't need to do what everyone else is doing. You were not called to be a freaking follower. You were not called to be mediocre. You were not called to just sit on the fucking sidelines. You were meant to be on the court. You were meant to be throwing that ball. You were meant to be a part of that. And I know that some of us are afraid to be in the limelight, but you got to just let God work with that part, okay? Do what's in front of you. Do what you're guided to do. 25:25 on the clock. Let God deal with the rest. Let God deal with it. Your creator has it. Remember, your creator is boundless, limitless. Remember that. You are tapped into a limitless and boundless creator. Yeah, the creator of the entire universe, not just Earth. Your creator doesn't sit in the clouds and throw, lightning bolts like in the cartoons. Your creator isn't really like human, Sorry if you can hear my dog, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I'm feeling called to go ahead and wrap it up here. But I would love to hear from you and support you. Even if you just put a heart in the comments, or, you don't have to say anything. Just put a dot in the comments, and I promise to support you energetically, we're here to support each other. So please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next reading.